What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, world? It's your man, King Bishop. Right, set on. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Oh, man. So, sitting out here at the house, um, getting a repair on my truck. So, basically, what happened is I was down in Jefferson, Georgia, delivered a load to the Aldi warehouse that I um, picked up from Waverly, Ohio. Delivered there early in the morning, and I went back to the truck stop waiting on another load. I delivered it I was supposed to deliver it like 6 in the morning, but I got there around like 2:30, 3 in the morning. They took me, and actually they started offloading at 4 in the morning, so I had a load of cereal. So they were actually able to get me in the door at like 4:30. I was actually done by about 5:30, almost 6. So I went down the road to the nearest truck stop, shut down, wait till I can get my next load early in the morning. And parking in this kind of weird spot. So I got out the truck to, look behind me, make sure I wasn't going to hit the trailer behind me at the truck stop. So I'm, kind of inching back, and I hear a leak in the air. And I'm thinking it's just a glad hand. Most of the time it's just a glad hand that's the rubber on it, the rubber seal is just, dug into the glad hand hole, so you pull it out, you're good. So I do that. I run some air back through the truck, and I'm hearing a noise, and it's loud. So I start looking around, and it's actually my brake chamber. It's actually my brake chamber. So what happens is this. I'm gonna try to show it to you. This is the way. All right. This is the way the brake chamber will sit. It's the front brake chamber that actually will sit almost just like this. Would it be more like this? This is the way you would see it in a truck, because it's the front driver's side. So well, actually it's the other way around. I'm lying. That's the way it would sit. Something just like this. And I hear the air leaking. I'm like, man, where's that air leaking from? It's actually coming from this hole right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's coming from this hole right here. So I'm panicking, man. I'm like, man, I got a freaking air leak, man. I can't afford an air leak. So the air's leaking really bad. Sorry about that. I'm trying to put this down so it don't roll away. There we go. So I get the air leak, man, and it's bugging me out. I'm like, God dang, I got a freaking air leak. I can't afford to have an air leak. And I called the Freightliner, because I got a brand new truck. So I called the Freightliner and said, hey, man, I want to see if what this could possibly be. I Googled it first, and I found out it was probably coming from the brake chamber. So I called Freightliner to kind of get some confirmation on it. They told me that it probably is coming from the brake chamber, and the brake chamber is probably no good. But Freightliner wanted to charge me 2 hours before work, which I think their hourly rate is like $90, $100 an hour, just to diagnose the issue. That's not even with fixing it. So then I would have had to get it fixed. I'm thinking, man, it's gonna cost me about $1,000 to kind of get this thing going. So, I got to the point where I started looking for a truck. I said, I'm not putting, $1,000, $1,200, $1,300 back into this quality truck, because I'm trying to get out of it. And do I really want to spend that money into it? So I started looking for a truck. So I calling some finance companies, calling some truck places, and got that going. And I thought about it. I said, man, I said, well, I don't want to be stuck in Atlanta or in the outskirts of Atlanta all weekend, and then probably Monday or Tuesday before Freightliner will be able to even get to the truck. So I said, I need to get home. So the guy at Freightliner told me that I would probably be good to get back home as long as I didn't get a crazy heavy load. So I was actually able to get a load of mail going from Atlanta back up here to Richmond. which put me right at my back door. And on the way home, I said, man, you know what? I got a contact, man, with a mechanic, truck mechanic. You know, he'll come to you. Price is really reasonable. We tried to get together and do a PM, but because the rates for the upcharges for the filter and the oil these days, you know, he just couldn't beat the price. But so I'm gonna give him a shout and see what he think. By this time, I already know what the issue is on the truck, so I called him and said, I want to call and see what you think this is, you know, because I've never used him before, you know, so you got to make sure the guy knows his stuff. So, one of my neighbors. So, you know, I called him and he said brake chamber. I said, cool. So I said, you know, what we thinking? You know, what can we do? He said, well, I got a brake chamber for it. You know, I'll come to you. I'll charge $75 an hour, and we'll get it done. So that's where we at now. Right now, he is currently under the truck. We got his van, and he was actually able to come right to my front door. You know, right to my front door. That's not my house behind me. I won't show y'all my house, but it's not my house. But yeah, man, he came right to me. We getting to it. Down there getting his work on. So I want to catch you guys in and basically tell you, man, like I told you guys before when I had those other minor issues, you gotta keep some money stashed away for stuff like this. You know, I will say, you know, I'm blessed enough to say that if I did have to go to Freightliner and pay the $1,100, $1,200 to get it fixed, I had the money in my bank account to do it. You know, my rent still would have got paid and kids still would have ate, you know, so it would not have been an issue like that. But you know, it's kind of like, you know, you put money away for maintenance and you hope not to need it. You know, even though you're putting away money for maintenance, it don't mean you're putting it there to use it. You're hoping not to never need it. But things like this do happen, and you know, so he's out there banging out the work and getting it straight and getting everything together. I am of no help to him because I don't know anything about these trucks. I'm learning as time go on. Because basically, you think about it this way, whenever you need to get work done, you sit around and watch. You know, it's different when you're at a TA or Freightliner because you can't go in the bay. You can't really watch what's going on. I pepper me with my mouth, I'm sorry. You can't really watch what's going on, so you know, it's hard for you to learn the process. But you know, when you got somebody who knows what they're doing, they can come out to your house, or you go to their house or something like that, some neutral location, you can watch and learn. You know, they can kind of tell you things to be wary of, or leery of, you know, really in the process. So he's out here banging it out. So shout out to everybody who's out there grinding. But I do want to, you know, drop that point to let you guys know that I am having some type of maintenance issues, and it's crazy because this part wasn't under my warranty with the Freightliner, and I have the extended warranty. So, but this is why we put money away for maintenance. You know, you can't come out here and make a killing every week, and every week won't be a bad week. But when you do have your good weeks and you have your regular weeks, you got to throw some money away for maintenance. But I broke my truck, y'all, and I know how I did it. I had a really heavy load, probably about 44,000 pounds, that I had to take from I went up heavy. I picked it up right at the border of North Carolina, Virginia, about 5 miles into the border. I loaded peanuts and had to go up to Ohio. I'm trying to think of where in Ohio I took it. I can't remember, but I took it to Ohio, and I had to go through the Alps in West Virginia and Virginia, and you know, your brakes, you're wearing your brakes up. You know, put all that weight on the truck and expect to be able to stop it going up and down these mountains, man. So I did that, and then I came back down heavy. I had a load that I took, like I told you, from Waverly down to Jefferson, Georgia. And for some reason, the GPS would not put me on the main road. So I ended up having to run Black Mountain and the gorge and all of that kind of stuff, getting back down to Georgia. So that's another thing. and have it as cereal. But I was just going through a really, really tough area, and it was raining, so I was trying to keep the speed down even more. You know, if it was sunny and it wasn't raining, I might have let the truck run a little bit faster down the hills. But with it being rainy and being dark and me not knowing where I was, I kind of tried to keep the speed down a little lower, and you know, it eased the brakes up. So that's why I am where I am, I believe. But yeah, man, another day in the life of an owner operator. So for all you guys that ask me, are you ready to be an owner operator? I think my stance has changed a little bit. Are you ready to foot these repair bills? It's up to you. Always, your man King Bishop. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, please, y'all. This video will be entitled, I Broke My Truck. Because it's probably my fault. As always, man, I love y'all, man.